Hello. Thank you for tuning into this channel. Let me introduce myself. My name is Latrace, and this channel is Titus to Women. No. So, you may not know what Titus to Woman is. Let me tell you. She is a woman who teaches men and women what is appropriate. She teaches them women such things as how to live a relevant life. She teaches men such things as how to be uh, worthy of respect and self-control. And so those are the type of things and content that we will have here on this channel. So again, thank you for clicking on this channel. And if you think this channel is not for you, it's for you. Okay, so let's get into this. So there was an interview by Tyrese's ex-wife, Samantha Lee. And on that interview, she spoke and said that she was emotional when she made the decision to divorce her husband. And she said also that had the people in her ear been different or speaking differently, that she may not have made that decision at that time. And so what I want to talk to you today about is when speaking from love, when it might not be love, why it is important to know, and why you should know, and also how it may affect your life. Okay, so let's get into this. One thing I want to say, as far as what she said about the people speaking into her ear, that she may not have made the decision she made. One of the things that I realized is that she may have had various people speaking in her life, whether it was people to stay married to her. To stay married to him. But however, when you have, there's always going to be someone that has more influence in your ear than others. Okay. And so we should want to be mindful, or begin to be mindful, that they love us, and it may be from someone who we know that love us, who has proven to love us, but necessarily what they're saying in any particular moment, is it coming from love? And so I wanted to say, or give like an example for myself. So I was going through a time in my life where I had made a decision, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And a person who I know loved me and had always spoken into my life, had always had access to my life, had began to speak to me from love, from that love that they held for me. And so the thing was, what they were saying was not in line necessarily with what was actually right. Because just like with Samantha Lee, she talked about, how the divorce is affecting her children, and how she never wanted that for her child, and so forth, things like that. And so when I had made the decision that I made, and this person was speaking to me, from love, and it was against what I was doing, I learned that, what, a person that love you doesn't necessarily always be speaking from love, and even in Samantha Lee's situation, them not speaking in love, and her not recognizing that it was not being spoke in love, made the situation down the line later on worse, or more negatively, affected her, because she realized that, she didn't want her child, to be in a single parent home. She didn't want to be a single parent. And so we have to, that's why here stating that, a person can love you. However, it is very, very, very important that we understand, the difference between them speaking in love and that it might not be love. Okay? And so just like, we tell our children, we tell our children, um, to stay at the fire, when they begin walking, we're like, they fall, get up, keep walking. And even though we know that they may fall again and that it may hurt, what I've learned is that this person that is speaking from love, they're also trying to alleviate, your crying or your pain that they feel like you're suffering right now, or the depression or whatever. They're trying to alleviate what you have going on, but just like that baby hurting themselves, but yeah, we still need them to walk again, then it may not be, it's not necessarily, again, like I said, that they're speaking from love by telling us, how, okay, say we tell a baby, well, no, you don't walk no more, you sit down because you're gonna fall. So that's just really, a difference in that manner. Like I said, I had a similar situation a couple of times actually in my life, and I had to, one time it did end up with negative results later on. And there was the one time where I chose, where I was able to realize that, what, this person really do love me, but what they're saying to me is not not the love that I need right now. And so I'm just seeing that that's very, very important that we know the difference. Uh, and like I said, I understand that, we don't want to see the person hurting or suffering or struggling. But what we say that we're saying in love to later on destroy them, damage them further down the line, and we really don't want that. But then we also have to look at, when a person think, a person is considering themselves speaking from love, but yet it's really not the words that we need to hear. It also can cause disappointment later on down the line. It can cause, more hurt, more pain. And so it's really, and it's not just her, it's not just me. Nowadays we have young adults that are experiencing, heartache, pain. They're going through things. And we've had people, tell young women, it's good to be a strong, independent woman, and yet, and then their version, they go out and try to make their own version of a strong, independent woman, right? And it's been said that one generation can be bad. You leave them to themselves. The next generation to be worse. And so here it is. You have a person telling these young women, go out, be independent, be strong, and then the person that said it, they're weak, they're sick, they have all these issues, they're mean, because they were once independent, and they're not teaching them that, that sickness came from them being independent, or that weakness came from them being independent, that they're mean from, being independent. So it's just a lot of things that really has to be, you know, considered and thought about. Uh, Proverbs 14:12 says that, you know, there's a way that seems right, but unto a man, but that way is death. You know, so yes, in what you telling me, and you know what we're saying in love could seem like the right words at the time, and yet again, they are not. So I just want to conclude with this: that we must be mindful when we speak out of love. Before we do, evaluate what our word what are our words just for now. Could there possibly be a future where our words will hurt, hinder, you know, destroy them? You know, so we need to just be mindful when we're speaking words that we consider out of love, and also remembering to check to see if our words out of love are they from desire, from our own unchecked desires, or our own bad experiences, or or are they from, you know, uh we just have to be considerate. Like, am I saying this because so and so had hurt me 18 years ago, 25 years ago? So now, no, I'm gonna tell my daughter, don't trust no man. You know, and so we just have to consider what we're saying when we're leading people, that we're not leading them into destruction. Okay? And that their lives, or that we're leaving their lives to be dissatisfied or no peace within their lives. You know, and so instead we really must pray. Learn to pray before we say what it is that we want to say. Let's pray before we even put our mouths on the situation, and let's just pray first for a complete mindset, you know, change on whatever the matter may be. Okay, and so I just want again to reiterate that you should know why it's important, that you should know whether this person is speaking in love or it might not be love at that time. Again, you don't want your life to become damaged or destroyed. You don't want that speaking to alleviate what might be just what's going on right now, the experience that you're going on, that's happening in your life right now. And why you should know, if it's from love, if it's from experience, if they're talking from their hurt point, if they're talking from a bad experience point, you know why you should know, because it could lead to destruction for you. Again, it could lead to a dissatisfied life for you. It could lead to causing more pain for you. So all of these reasons are why we need to know and understand when a person is speaking from love, that it may not be love. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for clicking on this video, and come back now because I got plenty more good news for you.